Hello everyone and welcome to Southeast Asia. As you can see, today we are at Bali's Igusti Ngurah Rai International Airport, and we are going to take this lovely CityLink Airbus A320 over to Dili in Timor Leste. And depending on how things go, we might as well just do a quick turnaround, since it's only going to be about an hour and a half flight or so. So let's see how things go. You can see there are quite a number of aircrafts here on the ground. We are using BeyondATC today since we don't have a VATSIM ATC connected at the moment, but it's fine. Let's see how BeyondATC handles those small airports. Yeah, so weather is absolutely beautiful. As you can see, just a couple of clouds, nothing hectic today. I think it's monsoon season over that side. But today it looks quite beautiful to go flying. So let's hop into the cockpit and start preparing for our flight. Alright, here we are. I think you're already familiar with the setup, so let's just go ahead and set up our overhead panel over here. Actually, let's leave the seatbelt sign off for now, since we are going to refuel the aircraft. ADRs can come on and we can switch on our EFB. Then we can import the SimBrief flight plan and have a quick look at it. We are scheduled to depart at 1:30 Zulu. This is the real time that CityLink operates this flight. So 1:30 Zulu, we are going to enter there, and that gives us about 15 minutes to get out of here. So that means we can then essentially go to mass and balance and just ask GSX to start loading up our aircraft while we quickly browse through the operational flight plan. So Super Green 500 is our call sign for today. That's the call sign for CityLink from Bali to Dili, Nicolau Lobato International Airport. Cost index today is just 9, and cruising altitude of flight level 350, and we are going to take some block fuel of 9,400 kilos almost. In terms of the routing, that's going to take us today out of runway 27 via the Motherboard 1 Delta departure, and our arrival is just gonna be direct onto the RNAV for runway 08, if that is the runway in use by the time we get there. There are no stars leading to runway 08 from the side where we are approaching from, but that's going to be alright. Then in terms of the passengers, there 166. Once you add 9.4 tons of fuel and some 2.5 tons of cargo, you're going to get a takeoff weight of 68.8 tons, which is all good. Quick brief at the weather information. Do we have Bali here today? Wind is 230 degrees 6 knots, which is quite fine. Some few clouds as you saw outside. Temperature to QNH 1010. Typical weather in Bali, of course. And then our destination, there is no weather information available, seeing that's a very small airport. They probably just read out the weather directly to the pilots, but let's see what BeyondATC is going to give us once we arrive there. We do have a little bit of some forecasts here, but it's not looking any different really. Just some scattered clouds. Winds are still okay. Yeah, showers of rain may be temporarily expected over there, but nothing too hectic. Then I think that's pretty much it. Right. Nav database is up to 24 December. That is current at the time of filming, and it is for our airline. So we go MCDU menu, ATSU, and AOC menu, and flight init, and request. Okay, then we can go to the init page as well and start filling this page out. CTV 500, that's call sign for Super Green, and cost index. It's good, refueling is finally underway. So that cost index today was 9, and cruise level is going to be 350 with no step altitudes today. So we fill in the wind information like that, and while that is coming, we can open up our load sheet there. There we go. So we said that they are going to take a block fuel of 9.4 kilos, 9.4 tons. There we go. And zero fuel weight is 59.7, sorry. And CG is 32.9. Good. Then that's going to give us a takeoff weight of about 68.8, which we saw. It says 68.9, but we'll just wait and update if there's any change here. So we'll accept that load sheet for now and fill in the rest of the weights here. So route reserve is gonna be 0.6 tons of fuel, and alternate is going to cost us 3.1 tons of fuel, and the final reserve is going to be 1.1. Okay, so we do have some extra fuel of about 35 minutes, which is all good. That can come in handy if we need to fly around those CBs that we saw on the chart. Departure, we said, is going to be runway 27 via the Motherboard. We said it was Motherboard 1 Delta. So Motherboard 1 Delta and insert, and our arrival, we said we are going to arrive on runway 08. This is probably going to be an RNP, maybe Zulu, I don't know, with no star, and insert that. Okay, then we quickly look at the takeoff performance. We synchronize our preliminary load sheet, have the latest weather information, and it's good. 149, 149, 150, flaps 1, flag 62, that's fine. So performance 149, 149, 150, and flaps 1, down 0.4, down 0.4, and flex 62. It's 62. Yes, excellent. All right, that is well and done, and now we can pull up the charts and pick up the ATC information. Do we have anything pinned here? Only the airport chart. So departure for runway 027, Motherboard 1 Delta. Is it on here? There's Motherboard. So 1 Delta should be that one there. So that is indeed the chart. And we go in and we make a left-hand turn and then direct CDEM, and then from CDEM we go Motherboard. Okay, so that looks exactly as it is on the chart according to the primary flight display here, and our arrival, we are just going to make a difference there, some differences there when we arrive. Okay, so then ground chart. Actually, let's look at the airport chart. 126.2.
Jika Anda merasa tidak dapat memenuhi tanggung jawab ini, harap informasikan kepada awak kabin kami sekarang. Perlu diingat, penerbangan ini adalah penerbangan bebas asap rokok, termasuk rokok elektrik. Emergency exit must remain clear throughout the flight.
Bali Airport Information Whiskey, 09er 59er Zulu, wind 230 at 6, visibility 10 miles or more, few clouds at 1,700, temperature 28, dew point 24, QNH 1010, VFR conditions, landing and departing runway 27, transition level 130, temporary flight restrictions are in effect for Bali. Advice on initial contact, you have information whiskey.
Alright, information whiskey QNH 1010 for Bali today. That's all good. So let's look for the delivery 12185. Bali delivery, good afternoon. Super Green 500 at stand Alpha 26, type Airbus A320 with information whiskey. request clearance to Dili.
Super Green 500, Agusti Ngurah Rai delivery. Expect runway 27, Mobot 1 Delta departure. Squawk 6336.
Super Green 500, expect runway 27, Mobot 1 Delta departure, squawk 6336.
Super Green 500, read back correct. Contact ground 118.8 when ready for pushback or engine start.
Super Green 500, contact ground 118.8 when ready for push and start. Bye bye. Okay, good. So Mobot 1 Delta is what we have briefed already. Do we have an initial climb clearance for this? We should. So Mobot 1 Delta departure, initial climb to 4,000. Yeah, we'll take that. So 4,000 and we are set. Then we can then go ahead and set up our engine outset. So we're going to copy active and create our engine out waypoint. So it's gonna be DPSX1, which is going to be on a runway track from Bali runway 27 with the bearing of 267 and 25 miles out, and insert and secondary flight plan DPSX1, and then we're going to hold over there, computed hold, and after that we come back here, new destination, and we are going to land on runway 27 ILS, and that should be it. And then fix info, gonna say Bali runway 27 with a bearing of 267 to extend the runway center line, and DPSX for our engine outset. That is all there. Excellent. So start the APU.
The floor area near the emergency exit must remain clear throughout the flight. If you feel unable to fulfill this response,
So you can air condition the aircraft before the passengers start complaining. It's going to get a lot warmer when after they board. And that is it, boarding is complete. Excellent. Load sheet should be coming any moment now. There we go. Zero fuel weight 57.9 and CG 32.9, takeoff weight 68.8. I think that is within the limits, so we'll accept that load sheet. And also repeat the departure performance calculation. Sync the final load sheet. I don't see any difference. 149, 149, 150, and down 0.4 and flex 62. Okay, so refueling is completed, we saw, and seatbelt sign can come on, and once the APU is started we will be pretty much ready to go. Okay, so while the APU is starting, we can go through the cockpit preparation checklist. Gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity 9,380 kilos of fuel, balanced. Seatbelt sign on, ADRs. Nav, Paro Ref QNH 1010. Before cockpit preparation checklist is complete. APU is on and APU blade is on, and we can close the door. And with that, I think we are pretty much ready to go. So disconnect the external power and beacon light can come on to request for our pushback. It's 1:30 right now, so probably going to push back like 2 minutes behind schedule, but
Hello,
that
Captain.
is pretty good.
We are ready for pushback.
Thank you. Before startup checklist, parking brake, set. Takeoff speed and thrust, calculated. 149, 149, 150, flex 62. Windows are closed, beacon light is on. Before startup checklist complete.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
And with that, we can pretty much ask ground for our pushback and engine start. Igusti ground. Hello, Super Green 500. Request pushback and engine start. Continue the pushback, and it's going to be
Super Green 500, Igusti ground, pushback approved. Face east.
Release parking brakes, please.
pushback approved, face east, Super Green 500. Okay, so parking brakes off.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Good, thanks. Pushback time 1:33, so 3 minutes behind schedule. But I think it's nothing that we can't make up for during the flight. Okay, ignition start, and we can start engine number 1.
Bapak dan Ibu yang terhormat, selamat datang di penerbangan sipil Indonesia ini dengan pesawat Airbus A320. Sebentar lagi awak kabin kami akan memperagakan tata cara keselamatan. Mohon perhatian Anda, terima kasih. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard this Citylink Indonesia Airbus A320 flight. Our cabin crew will now demonstrate the safety procedures. Please pay attention. Thank you.
Okay, engine number 1 is started. Starting engine number 2.
Bapak dan Ibu yang terhormat, sesuai dengan aturan keselamatan penerbangan sipil, kami akan memperagakan cara penggunaan alat-alat keselamatan penerbangan yang tersebut dalam keadaan darurat. Ladies and gentlemen, according to the Civil Aviation Safety Regulation, we are going to demonstrate the use of safety equipment and emergency procedures. Pesawat ini memiliki 4 pintu darurat yang dilengkapi dengan alat peluncur,
Please set parking brake.
dan 2
Parking brake set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
4 jendela darurat yang dilengkapi dengan alat peluncur.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Mohon tolong dan waktu sejenak untuk mencari lokasi pintu keluar terdekat. This aircraft has 4 emergency exit doors with evacuation slides, 2 in the front cabin and 2 in the rear cabin, left and right. 4 emergency exit windows with evacuation slides in the center cabin, to the left and to the right. Please take a moment to identify the location.
Okay, engine number 2 is started as well, so APU can come off. And set flaps 1, arm the spoilers, and auto brake max. And we said that we are going to have a trim today of down 0.4. That is set, and that is good.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Excellent.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
After start checklist, anti-ice not required, ECAM status checked. Pitch trim is set, down 0.4, radar trim is neutral. After start checklist complete. There's a ramp agent holding the pin and giving us a clear signal, so we can switch on the weather radar as well. And with that, we are ready to go. Super Green 500, request taxi.
Apabila tekanan udara di kabin berkurang secara tiba-tiba, masker oksigen akan keluar secara otomatis dari tempat.
Super Green 500, runway 27, taxi via Papa.
Tarik masker ke arah Anda untuk menjauh.
Runway 27, taxi via Papa, Super Green 500.
Di kepala dan bernapaslah seperti biasa.
Good. Parking brakes off, taxi lights on, and let's
In the
go.
event of sudden drop in cabin pressure, oxygen masks will automatically drop from their compartments. remain seated and fasten your seatbelt. Pull the mask tower E to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your mouth and nose, secure it with the elastic strap and brake normally.
It's going to be just a straight taxi to runway 27.
Assisting others. Captain Pinjuk Samadan terdapat di kandung prosedur pan Anda.
Flight control check, ailerons, full left, full right, neutral, elevators, full down, full up, neutral, radar pedal, full left, full right, neutral. Flight control check is complete. And now we can take the takeoff configuration, and that is fine. Taxi checklist, flight controls checked, flaps config 1+F for takeoff. Radar predictive wind shear is on, engine mode selector, norm. ECA memo. Takeoff no blue except for the cabin. Taxi checklist is complete.
Okay, engine ready for takeoff.
Thank you. Taxi too fast. Emirates A380 there. Probably flies that route between Bali and Dubai International. Let's have a look at the charts here. Do we have the tower frequency? It's a small airport, so I only expect one tower frequency. 118.1. We are going all the way to the end of the runway, so 118.1. Good. I think that BeyondATC is still not unable to handle intersection departures, because I have asked for intersection departures quite a lot in the past.
Contact Agustin will arrive tower 118.1. Bye bye.
Super Green 500, contact Agustin Gorarai Tower 118.1. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay, we are at the end of the runway now, and we can contact tower. Agustin Gorarai Tower, hello, Super Green 500, holding short runway 27, ready for departure.
Super Green 500, Agustin Gorarai Tower, wind 240 at 6, runway 27, cleared for takeoff.
Prepare for takeoff.
Super Green 500, cleared for takeoff, runway 27. Okay, we also calculated a PEX off takeoff today, so PEX off. Lineup checklist, runway 27 confirmed, transponder, TCAS is Tara, and PEX are off. Lineup checklist complete. Okay, so let's go. Start the clock. Set 50% power. Manflex 62, SRS, runway, auto thrust blue. Speed is alive. 80 knots. V1, rotate. We have that little bit of crosswind there. Positive rate, gear up. Okay, now it's under control.
Super Green 500. Contact Bali Radar 119.3.
Contact Bali Radar 119.3, Super Green 500. Thrust climb. And we are stable. Okay, autopilot can come on, and we are going to contact approach 119.3. Bali Radar, hello, Super Green 500 passing 2300. Flaps 0. Speed checked, flaps 0.
Super Green 500, Bali Radar identified, climb to flight level 170.
Climb to flight level 170, Super Green 500. Flaps are 0, spoilers can be disarmed. Good. So if we look at the departure chart, we are going to make a sharp left-hand turn, which we are making now, and then we fly just past the airport and then direct to Dili, as you can see over there. Wonder if we will be able to get a shortcut. I don't think we will be able to, because of the going to get handed over to a different traffic controller there. You can switch off the nose wheel lights. They are not on anyway. Okay, let's clean up the aircraft. Fix info, we can clear that out now. We don't need the engine outside. And secondary flight plan, we're just going to copy active now. There's the airport we took off from, Ngurah Rai International. Okay, 10,000 feet is coming up, so landing lights off and seatbelt sign can come off. And with that, we are on our way to Dili, Timor Leste. Enjoy the flight, and I will see you at top of descent when we brief for our arrival.
Super Green 500, Bali Center, expect radar vectors, Arnav Zulu, runway 08.
Expect Arnav Zulu, runway 08 radar vectors. Super Green 500.
Super Green 500, descend to 4,500 feet.
Descend to 4,500 feet. Super Green 500. Okay, top of descent is coming up in a couple of miles, but there is something we need to fix there. So we did get early descent here for radar vectors. So we can start descending already 4,500. I'm trying manage descent. I don't know what is going on there. So let's do open descent and then manage descent. So 4,500. Okay, so now it's time to brief for the arrival. So he said that we are going to get RNP Zulu runway 08, which is, we don't really have a fix. So let's see, where is the airfield? There we go, and there is the airfield. So we are probably going to come in through EUSEB. So then we go direct in. I think this one will not have vertical guidance, so we are going to have to set 3 degrees descent path over here. Okay, so let's see how it's set up on our primary flight display here. I think we do have that waypoint that we need to get rid of. That is this one here. No need to go to the Dili VOR. Just clear and remove that. Let's say we say insert, then we have a discontinuity there, and we can just go direct. So we can just clear that, and then I think that's going to work out fine. So Nubra and then Dili 725. That's fine. We will probably get, or we will get radar vectors like he said, so that should be fine. Still above profile, so we are going to deploy the spoilers here. And now we don't have any weather information for Timor Leste airport, so there isn't really anything we can do. What we can, however, use in our arrival performance calculation is to just assume some tailwind. So let's say the runway track is runway 08, so that's 075, right? So let's say we have like a 4 knot tailwind or something, then we will say 07504. Temperature, don't know what it is, probably something like in the 26 degrees there. And QNH, we are just going to use the same one for Bali since they are not that far from each other. And landing weight, we were expecting to land, or estimated to land, at 64.5 tons. Right now we are at 65.5. So let's say 64. Let's say 64. Not 40, 64. So that means we need to use medium auto brake. It is a very short runway. And actually this should be, this is a headwind component now, so it should be 255, a little bit of a tailwind. Medium auto brake with some maximum reversers, I think that should be fine. We are going to need to roll all the way to the end of the runway anyway, because it's a very narrow runway and we can turn around before the end. So Yeah, we'll go roll all the way to the end and then turn around and come back to the stand. Okay, that is our arrival briefed. So let's continue our descent to 4,500 and see how things go during the arrival.
Super Green 500, contact Dili approach 122.9er.
Contact Dili approach 122.9, Super Green 500. Okay, we are handed over to Dili approach now, so that means we are very close, still descending through to 4,500. Maybe we can make it a little bit faster because we will get some radar vectors. But let's hear what the approach controller has to say. Dili approach, good afternoon. Super Green 500, descending, passing flight level 160, descending to 4,500 feet.
Super Green 500 Dili approach. Expect radar vectors for RNAV Zulu runway 08.
Expect radar vectors for ARNAV Zulu runway 08, Super Green 500. ARNAV Zulu runway 08 is what we already have in the FMS, so no change for now.
Super Green 500, 111 miles from Del 725. Fly present heading. Maintain 4,500 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared RNAV Zulu runway 08.
Continue present course. Descend and maintain 4,500 feet. Cleared RNAV Zulu runway 08. Super Green 500. The scenery here looks beautiful. Look at those volcanic peaks. Very good looking. Very, very nice looking. Though I expected them to be a lot greener than they are looking right now. But I am not from this region, so what do I know? Looks like there is a lake in the volcano crater there. Interesting. Yeah, that does look like water. Okay, just decided to check up the weather at Timor Leste here on the internet, and it is saying that QNH is 1011 and that the wind is 2 knots from the west, so it's not too significant. The temperature is 26. So let's see now. So temperature 26, QNH 1011. The wind 255, 2 knots. We're just going to keep it a tailwind, and it's nice and conservative. So 255 at 2. That is fine, and we can enter the barrel information or the minimums, which is 690 feet. And that's going to give us an approach speed of 140 knots. Okay, so 4,500 feet is coming up, and as you can see on our nav display there, we will start slowing down just after Mubra, and then just some few miles after Dili we start our 3-degree descent into the airport. So it's time to do the approach checklist. Approach checklist. Barrow ref QNH 1011. Set. Seatbelt sign is on. Minimums. Barrow 690 feet. Auto brake medium. Engine mode selector no. Approach checklist complete. Right. 4,500 feet. Ground altitude today is going to be 5,200. All right. Okay, approach, and we are slowing down now. Oh, look at that, we do have a vertical deviation, or vertical guidance rather. Yeah, of course we do. Why wouldn't we? It's an RNP Zulu approach. Nice. Okay, green dot speed. We will start descending very soon. Airport should be somewhere over there. Soon as we pass and we start descending on the 3-degree glide, then we go flaps 1. Or we'll go flaps 1 before starting the descent. Just before starting the descent. Just in case we are going to have a hard time controlling the speed. Runway should just be that one over there. Flaps 1. Speed checked. Flaps 1. And there is the vertical deviation coming. Go around altitude, we said is 5,200. Just as we thought, it is a little bit difficult to slow down at this 3-degree glide path. Aircraft is very slippery. And there's the runway. Flaps 2. Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Super Green 500. No tower services available at Pres Niccolo Lobato Airport. Frequency change approved. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Super Green 500. I don't believe that. We do have a tower frequency. Maybe. They only operate at certain times of the day. Gear down. Little bit of rain showers. Flaps 3.
All gap cabin secure and ready for landing.
Spoilers armed. Flaps 4. Landing checklist. ECA memo. Landing no blue. Landing checklist complete. The runway is very narrow and it's a very short runway, so I imagine that the touchdown zone is very short, so no time to flare it into eternity. Just put it down in the touchdown zone. And of course, in case of a go around, we are going to climb, just going to fly the published go around procedure and then try again. Autopilot off. And well, what do you know, we do have a tailwind, at least right now at this altitude. Maybe the wind is going to shift a little bit as we get closer. The good news is we do have puppies and we are too red, too white. Checked.
Hundred above. Minimum.
Continue. Okay, at this point I don't think we have the vertical guidance anymore, so let's just transition to visual. Yeah, that runway is looking very narrow.
Retard.
Good. Spoilers, reverse screen, decel. Okay, we have to roll all the way to the end of the runway. And full manual braking. Yeah, this is a very short runway and very narrow as well. You know, places like New Zealand, Queenstown, for example, the approach is tricky. The runway is short, but at least it's very wide. But in those places, you don't really want to flare the aircraft too much either.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed. Welcome to your destination. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the passenger person has been
Okay.
For passenger with connecting flights, please contact our ground staff at the transport desk in the terminal building. Be careful when opening the overhead compartments.
We can only switch off the weather radar
And ensure that either
since we are still
leave or
backtracking
take
the
out
runway,
the
and we
We are
can
delighted
clean
to
up
have
the
you, sir.
aircraft
We
as
look
well.
forward to welcoming you back onwards.
Temperature is
If you're flying with
28.
Sibling Indonesia, the best local
Disarm the
flight
spoilers
in
as
Indonesia,
well.
Denpasar, Fenix.
And let's see, where are we going to park today? What does GSX has for us? The pushback? I don't think so. Really? Yeah, I don't think so. Really do not think so. There is the airport terminal or parking. Oh, come on now. No. We are on a runway. Why would it think we want to change pushback or interrupt pushback? Restart it again. There's some parking here, so perhaps we can park there at parking number 2 most likely. Yeah, GSX is actually, the scripting thing is not running at all for some reason. Please get out of the way. Ah, there we go. So there is a parking there. Parking probably number 2. Yep, it's that one. Let's see if we can get in. Looks very tricky to turn here. Okay, stop and parking brake is set. APU is on, APU bleed on, temperature 27, flaps can go all the way up, and transponder off as well, and engines can come off. Welcome to Dili, Timor Leste. Apparently the least visited country in Southeast Asia. Engines are coming down and fuel pumps can come off, and strobe lights beacon off, and seatbelt sign off as well. Arrival time (3:31), which is 1 minute delayed. I'll take that. It's fine. Okay, so deboarding is completed and we are ready for the next leg of our flight. So this is a very nice and simple airport of Timor Leste. Really not much to see over here, but just look at the approach on either side of the airport. Dili Tower, hello, Super Green 501, request IFR clearance to Bali.
Super Green 501, dialing ground, expect runway 08, Phylum 2 departure, Mubra transition, squawk 5400.
Super Green 501, expect runway 08, Phylum 2 departure with the Mobra transition, squawk 5400. 5400.
Super Green 501, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger, we'll call back when you are ready for push and start. Super Green 501. Super Green 501, request engine start.
Super Green 501, startup approved. Call when ready for taxi.
Startup approved and we'll call when ready for taxi. Super Green 501. Okay, so let's see. Ground services, all doors are closed. We are 1 minute delayed now.
We are ready for pushback.
Nah, we don't need your pushback today. So start engine number 1.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Yeah, nope, don't do that. Actually, I'm supposed to say yes, interrupt the pushback. Super Green 501, request taxi.
Super Green 501, runway 08, taxi at pilot's discretion.
Taxi at pilot's discretion, runway 08, Super Green 501. Parking brakes off. And let's go. Actually, let's put the weather radar back on. And let's go to Bali.
Pakailah masker Anda terlebih dahulu sebelum menolongnya baiknya. In the event of sudden drop in cabin pressure, oxygen masks will automatically drop from their compartments. Remain seated and fasten your seatbelt. Hold the mask over ear to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your mouth and nose, cigarette with the
Rope.
elastic strap and breathe normally. Put on your
Overshot
mask
it
first
there.
before assisting others. Kapten tinggi keselamatan terdapat di kantung kursi depan Anda. Silakan membacanya dengan seksama. The safety instruction card is located in the seat pocket in front of you. Please read it carefully. Terima kasih atas perhatian Anda.
And we are going to backtrack. Set taxi at pilot's discretion, so I think let's go and backtrack. Runway 08 is right here on our left hand side. Let's go. Takeoff configuration normal. Do we still need to check the flight controls? Let's see. Flight controls, ailerons full left, full right, elevators full down, full up, rudder pedals, full left, full right, neutral. Flight control checks is complete. Taxi checklist. Flight control checked. Flaps config 2. Radar and predictive wind shear on. Engine mode selector. Norm ECAM memo. Takeoff no blue except for the cabin. Taxi checklist complete. We are not yet ready for departure because the cabin is still busy cleaning some things up. And this is a short runway indeed. Like I can see the end of the runway from here. Come on now, cabin crew. Super Green 501, ready for departure, runway 08.
Super Green 501, you've already started your taxi and I can't get you over to a new runway at this time. Unable.
I don't know what you mean by that. Super Green 501, ready for departure.
Super Green 501, contact center when at runway hold point.
Contact center when at runway hold point, Super Green 501. This is very confusing, isn't it? We have a tower who apparently has no control over the runway. Interesting. 1229. Dili approach, hello, Super Green 501, ready for departure.
Super Green 501, Dili, runway 08, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 08, Super Green 501. Yeah, that is a bit weird. Parking brakes off and start the clock. Let's go.
Super Green 501, contact Bali Center 120.7. Have a good day.
Bali Center 120.7, Super Green 501. Bye bye. Very weird operations. Okay, 50%. Manflex 55. SRS. Auto thrust blue. B1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Then immediate left hand turn. Thrust climb. Flaps 1, speed check. Flaps 1. Flaps 0, speed check. Flaps 0. Okay, autopilot on. Text can come on. And nose wheel lights off. Flaps are 0. And we can disarm the spoilers. Bali Center, hello. Super Green 501 at 3,000 feet. Should be getting climb clearance now to 380 or something the likes.
Super Green 501, Bali Center, identified, climb to flight level 380.
Climb to flight level 380, Super Green 501. Good. Just as we expected. Okay, and with that we are climbing to our cruising altitude again of 380. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the flight, and I will see you when it is time to brief for our approach into Bali, Igusti Ngurah Rai Airport.
Super Green 501, Bali Center, expect radar vectors, ILS runway 27.
Expect radar vectors, ILS runway 27, Super Green 501.
Redcap 376, contact Bali radar approach 119.7.
Okay, top of descent is coming up in a couple of miles. We are using some time acceleration. We are still a bit far off, but I think it's time to do our arrival briefing.
501, radar vectors, ILS runway 27. Report ready for descent.
Expect radar vectors, ILS runway 27. We will call when we are ready for descent. So, Bali,
Super Green 501, Bali Airport landing runway 27.
landing runway 27, Super Green 501. Okay, ILS runway 27. It's gonna be radar vectors, so intercept is going to be 2,000 feet from Benoa. Let's see, Pegbu now, Mubot. Why is nothing showing? Interesting. It's because we didn't put it on flight plan mode. But let's see, so Mubot and then Benoa, and then straight in. So it's probably not, it's going to be radar vectors, but not much. Okay, we do have an 80s frequency over there, 1262. Actually, we don't want to leave the frequency, so we are gonna go VHF2 and then 1262. 126.2. Wonder if we can hear it from here.
VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 27. Transition level 130. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform. Bali Airport information uniform. 0520 Zulu. Wind 230 at 4. Visibility 10 miles or more. Few clouds at 1,700. Temperature 28. Viewpoint 24. QNH 1011. VFR conditions. Landing and departing runway 27. Transition level 130. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform.
Okay, information uniform, winds 230 at 4, flight transition level, flight level 130, temperature 28, viewpoint 1011. And top of descent is almost here, so we can call the center that we are ready for descent. Super Green 501, ready for descent.
Super Green 501, descend to 5,900 feet. QNH 1011.
Oh, okay.
Super Green 501. Bali radar approach. QNH 1011. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 27.
QNH 1011, expect radar vectors, ILS runway 27, Super Green 501. Okay, 4 minutes delay that we got.
501, descend to 2,000 feet.
Descend to 2,000 feet, Super Green 501. So, loading error. There we had GSX sending us in circles.
Super Green 501, 89er miles from C27. Fly present heading. Maintain 2,000 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS runway 27.
Maintain present heading. Maintain 2,000 feet until established on the final approach course. Cleared ILS runway 27. Super Green 501. ADC received.
Prosper 752.
Okay, we are coming up on Benoa, so soon we will be trying to intercept the ILS.
Lion Inter 926 Bali radar
So
approach.
Benoa over there, and
1011,
we will be ready to
expect
intercept
ILS runway
the
27
ILS
Benoa
at
transition.
2,000 feet. So let's do the arrival performance calculation, refresh the meta information,
With the Benoa transition, Lion Inter 926.
apply the meta to 2003 now, and landing is 60.7. Why not just use that? Say 60.7. Very long runway, and we can use low auto brake, idle or no reversers, and we should
Maui
still be fine.
192, contact Igusti Ngurah Ray Tower
So
118.
low auto brake, because our brakes are hot in any case.
192, have a good day.
QNH was 1011. And with that, I think we are pretty much sorted. So 10,000 feet is coming up any moment now. We might as well switch on the seatbelt sign now, and we can do the approach checklist. Barrow ref QNH 1011, set seatbelt sign on, minimums barrow 265, auto brake low, engine mode selector, norm, approach checklist complete.
With the Benoa transition, Super Green 684A.
Want to see something? What if we try the V approach is only 135. We could go with a config landing, that bring it up to 142, and I think we will still have, so low auto brake flaps 3, we will still be fine. So let's go with the flaps 3 landing for today. Very nice and long runway, and very wide as well. Okay, we are already cleared for the ILS. We are receiving localizer and glide slope signal, so let's click on the approach there. Let's have the performance and flight plan on this side. As soon as we intercept the localizer, then we will start slowing down, and then we did just notice now the brakes are no longer hot. Let's see.
Super Green 684A, cleared direct Benoa, cross Benoa at or above
So
3,000
nothing
feet.
there. Anyway,
Cleared ILS
lock
runway
star.
27.
300, 240, 250, 285 over there. Still high, so I might want to get the wheels out a little bit early. Lock star. Still. And there we are, slowing down. Can arm the spoilers. Flaps 1, speed checked, flaps 1. There is an aircraft in front of us there. Imagine that's cleared for landing already.
Contact Igustin Rai Tower 118.1. Have a good day.
Contact tower 118.1,
Glide slope.
Lion Inter 926.
So
Bye-bye.
gear's gonna come down so we can get some cooling. Landing lights, nose wheel lights on. We are probably going to go around, or maybe not. Looks like it's going fast. Hopefully we'll vacate very soon. Descending on the glide slope now. Go around, altitude is 6,000.
Tower 118.1. Have a good day.
Contact Igustin Rai Tower 118.1. Spa Green 501. Bye bye. .1.
Negative. Tower on 118.1.
Contact Tower 118.1. Super Green 501.
2,500.
There's the runway. Igustin Rai Tower. Hello, Super Green 501 on ILS runway 27.
Super Green 501, Igustin Rai Tower, continue.
Continue, Super Green 501.
Igustin Rai Tower, Wagon Air 551, ILS runway 27.
Wagon Air 551.
Flaps 2, speed checked, flaps 2.
Wilco, Wagon Air 551.
Very nice looking approach there. Flaps 3. It's going to be our landing flaps today. Landing checklist. ECA memo, landing no blue, landing checklist complete. That looks beautiful. Looks really beautiful. Puppies to red to white.
Igustin Rai Tower, Super Green 684, ILS runway 27.
Autopilot off.
1,000.
Super Green 501.
Checked.
Wind 230 at 4R. Runway 27 cleared to land.
Clear to land. Runway 27. Super Green 501.
Super Green 684, Igustin Rai Tower, continue.
Windy.
Wilco, Super Green 684.
$500.
Nice.
$100 above.
Too high now. Correcting.
Minimum.
Continue. Land.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Come on now. Touchdown. Good. Spoilers. Reverse screen. Diesel. $60 knots.
Super Green
Manual
501,
braking.
exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway, Super Green 501. Next available taxiway is right over here. Don't know why this aircraft always feel like it floats so much on the flare
Wagon Air
compared
551,
to
wind 230 at 4.
something like the
Runway 27 clear to
A350.
land. Runway 27 clear to land, Wagon Air 551.
And we
Super
have
Green
vacated.
501, contact ground 118.8.
Contact ground 118.8, Super Green 501. Bye bye. Okay, let's not over control it. 118.8. Igustin Gorarai ground. Hello, Super Green 501. Request taxi to stand gate Alpha 21. BeyondATC is very sensitive to terms like stand, gate, ramp. So
Agustin Gorarai ground, Super Green 501. Taxi instructions are to proceed at pilot's discretion. Stand gate Alpha 21 is not available.
Super Green 501 request taxi to gate Alpha 21. Told you.
Agustin Gorarai ground, Super Green 501. Stand gate Alpha 21 is not available. Proceed at pilot's discretion.
Proceed at pilot's discretion, Super Green 501. Okay, so they put an aircraft there, so where are we supposed to park now? Let's see.
Agustin Gorarai ground, Super Green 501. Proceed at pilot's discretion.
Proceed at pilot's discretion, Super Green 501. Are you sure it's not available? That is fine, we'll just find another one.
For passenger with connecting flights, please contact our ground staff at the transfer desk in the terminal lobby. Be careful when opening the overhead compartments to prevent items from falling.
All aircraft be advised information Victor now current QNH1012.
Serve you and look forward to welcoming you back on board soon.
Agustin Gorarai ground, Super Green 501. Proceed at pilot's discretion.
Wow. How many times are you going to tell that story? Let's see. This is Alpha 25, 24, 2321. It's definitely available. Don't know why it says it's not available. Looks available to me. And GSX is now all of a sudden glitching as well. Well, let's see if they can restart it. But here is Alpha 21. Alpha 21. Okay, that gives JSX just enough time to prepare everything, and we have an air marshal over there, so lights are all off. Let's taxi into the gate. Okay, parking brakes on and APU bleed can come on, and APU bleed, engines off. And there are the engines coming down.
Attendants, please disarm the doors for arrival and ground check.
Right, fuel pumps off and beacon light off and seatbelt sign off as well. And we can request deboarding of the aircraft. Landing time or arrival time 5:59 Zulu. We were scheduled to land at 6:10, so some 11 minutes early. I don't think anyone is going to be complaining about that. AOC menu, receive messages, and here's our arrival message from CityLink. Arrival 5:59 Zulu. Very good. Let's look at the wheels. Temperature still a little bit high. What we'll probably do is make sure that chocks are in place and remove the parking brake. Don't know why GSX does that. It's like every update of GSX, something just breaks. Never really know what it is that you are going to expect that day. Okay, open the door and let's watch the deboarding process. And of course, just like what happened in Dili, GSX is complaining that it's a different aircraft profile. I don't know what the hell is up with that, but that's no big issue for us. It was a good arrival into Bali. Nice turnaround flight, Bali to Dili to Bali. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that one, and I will see you in the next one. Let me know if you want more of those quick turnaround operations videos on the channel. And let me know what your thoughts are on BeyondATC as well, because I think it's good enough for most cases, but every now and then it does disappoint a little bit, but nothing too hectic. It is still a pre-release software, so yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on it. So hope you enjoyed the flight, and I'll see you in the next one.